In this lesson, we'll learn two things. First, what arbitrage is, and second, what deterministic arbitrage is. Usually, we expect the values of financial assets to be aligned with each other in some way. For example, let's consider a 1 kilogram and a 5 kilogram bar of gold. If the 1 kilogram bar is trading in the market at $20,000 and the 5 kilogram is trading at $100,000, then the values of the two bars are in alignment. They're in balance with each other. Now say the 1 kilogram bar is trading at $20,000 and the 5 kilogram bar is trading at $85,000. The values are misaligned. They're imbalanced. Either the 5 kilogram bar is too cheap, it should be $100,000 based on the 20,000 value of the 1 kilogram bar, or the 1 kilogram bar is too expensive. It should be only $17,000 based on the 85,000 value of the 5 kilogram bar. The price imbalance gives us an opportunity to make a profit. We could buy the cheaper 5 kilogram bar, which will cost us $85,000, and melt it down and make 5 1 kilogram bars out of it. Say we know that it will cost us $1,000 to do that. Then we could sell each of the 1 kilogram bars for $20,000, giving us a revenue of $100,000. This way, we could make a profit of $14,000 from this situation. In finance, arbitrage is the concept of profiting by exploiting price imbalances. When the profit from an arbitrage opportunity can be determined from the start with complete certainty, meaning there is no risk involved at all, as seems to be the case in this example, then the arbitrage is deterministic. The explanation given here is with reference to gold, but it applies generally to other financial assets too, like stocks, foreign currencies, and bonds. The relationship between the two gold bars here is quite direct and straightforward. It's based on the price per kilogram. But asset prices can be related in many other ways too, like through interest rates and through foreign exchange rates. Sometimes the relationships might be quite intricate and complicated. Now let's consider another example. This time, a company whose shares trade on the New York Stock Exchange in dollars and also on the London Stock Exchange in pounds. Say the exchange rate is £1 equals $1.2. The company can only have one value, so its shares should only have one value, whether that value is expressed in dollars or in pounds. When the shares in London trade at £10, then the shares in New York ought to trade at $12 for them to have the same value and the prices to be aligned. Say the shares in New York are trading at $13 and in London at £10. Then the share prices are imbalanced. Either the New York share is too expensive by $1, which is 83 pence, or the London share is too cheap by 83 pence, which is $1. Instead of being the same, the share prices have spread apart by $1 or 83 pence. The imbalance might be due to some kind of market inefficiency. Perhaps some news has reached one location and is factored into the share price there, but not yet reached the other. The reason is irrelevant. The facts are the share prices should be equal, they're not. The situation presents an opportunity to make a deterministic arbitrage profit of $1 or 83 pence. We can exploit the situation by executing two trades simultaneously. We can buy the cheaper London share and short sell the expensive New York share. Buying the London share makes us long one stock in London. We pay out £10 in buying it, which is $12. Short selling the New York share makes us short one stock in New York. We receive $13 in selling it, which is £10.83. The cash flows on trading into the arbitrage opportunity sum up to a profit of $1 or 83 pence. Note that although we are long stock in London and short stock in New York, overall we are flat stock. Overall, we neither own nor owe any stock, but we do now own $1 or 83 pence. Our act of buying the London share contributes, albeit in a tiny way, to raising the demand for it in London. This, in turn, tends to raise its price in London. Similarly, our act of selling the New York share contributes in a tiny way to lowering its demand in New York and hence lowering its price there. In other words, our two trades contribute to pushing the two stock prices to converge to a single value where they're aligned and balanced. Other arbitrage traders, who also spot this opportunity, will pile in too to exploit it the same way we do. The collective mass influence of everyone's trades will tend to narrow the price spread between the two shares and drive the two share prices back into a balanced state, where there is no longer any arbitrage opportunity remaining to be exploited. From this, understand that arbitrage is important because it drives imbalanced prices back into alignment. There are an infinite number of possible prices at which these two shares can be in alignment with each other. Say the New York share price settles at $12.60 and the London price at £10.50. Then the values are equal and aligned. Then we've exploited the arbitrage opportunity fully, and we should exit it by trading out of our positions, by selling the London share to flatten our long London position and buying the New York share to flatten our short New York position. On selling the London share, we receive £10.50, which is $12.60. On buying the New York share, we pay out $12.60, which is £10.50. The cash flows on these two exit trades sum to zero. So from the start of the strategy to the end, we make a $1 profit, which is 83 pence, as we determined we would right from the beginning. Note that this is a simplified scenario. In reality, we'd have to take into account many other factors too, like movements in the FX rate, borrowing costs for short selling the stock, and interest that might be payable or receivable. These additional factors just make the calculation more detailed. That's all. The concept still holds. I'm Balbinder Chagga, the author of Options Explained Simply, from where this lesson is taken. You may look inside Options Explained Simply on your local Amazon. You can also find out a bit more about me on my authors page on amazon.com/author/Chagga. If you found this lesson useful, then please do click the like button and share to your network. Thank you.